The rural woman is diagnosed with coronary heart disease. She calls her son, needing $20,000 for the surgery. The daughter-in-law answers and lashes out at her. 20,000? You expect me to spend 20,000 on an illness? Do you think money just grows on trees? The woman pleads with her daughter-in-law in a low voice, saying she'll treat the 20,000 as a loan. But her daughter-in-law refuses point blank and hangs up the phone. Heartbroken, the woman walks along the side of the road. She recalls how, back then, to buy her son a home, she sold everything she had in her hometown, emptying her life savings to pay the $500,000 down payment. Yet this is the miserable end she meets. As she walks, she sees a girl in a wheelchair. The wheelchair's brakes suddenly fail. It rolls straight into the middle of the road. A truck is barreling toward them. The woman lunges forward, desperately pushing the girl away, only to collapse in a pool of blood herself. Unexpectedly, her jade pendant, soaked in her blood, suddenly erupts with a golden glow. It pulled her into a magical realm. It was filled with ancient medical texts. In the blink of an eye, the old woman's back pain and heart condition were completely cured. She had awakened the divine healer system. Back in reality, she instantly diagnosed the problem with the girl's legs. She flicked her wrist, casting the 6 pulse divine needles, striking the girl's pressure points. The very next second, the girl, paralyzed for years, stood up on her own. The girl was incredibly grateful to her. She told her father, the billionaire, everything that had happened. He dismissed the old woman as a common charlatan. But the girl insisted on rewarding her, forcing her father to drive the old woman home. Thinking she could see her granddaughter while in the city, she agreed. As she was leaving, she sensed a defect in the billionaire's heart. She gave him a silver needle, telling him to stick it in the crown of his head if his life was at risk. He didn't believe a word of it. But the girl secretly tucked the needle away and handed the old woman a business card. Just call me if you need anything. MHM. The old woman arrived at her son's apartment building. Her granddaughter opened the door and complained she smelled. The daughter-in-law came out and insulted her viciously. She called her a walking germ factory. She even tossed the local produce the old woman brought onto the floor. She snapped that no one wanted this trash. Just then, the son returned. The daughter-in-law immediately played the victim. She claimed the old woman wanted $20,000 for surgery, claiming she had just paid the daughter's tutoring fees, asking how she could possibly afford it now. Coronary heart disease. She dismissed it as a bottomless money pit. The son didn't even bother to ask what happened. Instead, he blamed his mother for causing trouble over nothing. He tossed her $500 and sent her away. Just as the old woman stepped out of the complex, she saw a man collapse on the ground, foaming at the mouth. She hurried over to take a look. She said it wasn't epilepsy. It was a rare condition. Treating it like epilepsy would cost a life. The crowd around them mocked her for being a simple rural woman. What could she possibly know about medicine? But she didn't care. She took decisive action. With a few silver needles plunged in. In less than a minute, the man regained consciousness. It turned out he was the director of the central hospital. She was both shocked and impressed. She immediately invited her to work at the hospital. Please, join our hospital. Having nowhere else to go, she agreed. The next day, the director sent a luxury car to pick her up. In front of all the medical staff, he announced her as the chief physician, specializing in complex cases. But her daughter-in-law, hearing that a miraculous doctor had arrived, rushed her husband over to get acquainted. Seeing that the doctor was actually her mother-in-law, she turned hostile on the spot. She exposed her as a rural woman, uneducated and illiterate. She even claimed she was begging for money yesterday. And now she's posing as a miracle worker. Her son joined in, blaming her.
Open the Simi TV app and watch the full series now.